Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. That's what I say at the beginning of the show. I got a special guest in the house. Say hey.
'Tis I, Hooli.
Captain Hooli herself.
She's made it.
And for the holiday episode,
I
special
can't believe
Thanksgiving
it.
episode.
Oh, it's the best holiday.
Do you think it's the best holiday?
It's my favorite.
That's your favorite holiday?
It's my favorite holiday. Has been for years.
No shit.
In fact.
No shit.
I love it.
I don't know if I knew that.
It's a low stakes Christmas. So much build up to Christmas. But Thanksgiving's just tucked in there nice and cozy between Halloween and Christmas. So I like it. Nice and cozy. I love to eat.
It's like the holiday sandwich in more ways
It's
than
the
one.
meat.
It's the meat in the sandwich of Halloween and Christmas. And it's also the one where you eat the most sandwiches.
Yep. You said it, man. I think we could call the episode there.
All right, roll the end credits. We've accomplished everything that we need to accomplish.
But it is Thanksgiving Eve, and I am lit about it.
This is a big day in Fort Wayne.
It really is.
It's a big. This is almost as much a holiday as Thanksgiving in Fort Wayne for your local yokels.
Yeah, this is when everyone's out. Well, you know this, but this is when, you know, us seasoned locals of Fort Wayne, we know what damn well good to stay in this night, you know.
Especially us being like 20-year-olds, no family. Well, no family.
No family.
No family.
We're orphans. 20-year-old orphans.
Also known as adults. We're adults without children.
Where's my mom?
So, you know, leave the room for the youngsters and the nice
It's
young...
families.
It's a family
It's
event.
families down there. I mean, we went as a family when we were kids. We got our fill, you know?
So for anyone who isn't a local yokel,
Yes.
let's just
explain.
kind of run them through what the night of Thanksgiving Eve entails in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Well, folks, it's the lighting
It is
ceremony.
the lighting ceremony.
So we've got a giant ass Santa.
It's huge.
A huge Santa and his reindeer.
Red button nose.
Red button nose going jingle jangle. He's here, folks. Flying straight into Coney Island. Crashing.
Crash landing at one of the hottest eateries.
But
this
just
night.
bright light bulbs, huge light fixture. It's on Main Street. On Main Street,
Most of it, yeah. I think it is. Yeah. Because it's
Santa Claus.
the parking lot right
Yeah,
next to the building,
Coney Island and Suites on Main.
Yeah, so good, so good.
But yeah, we love Santa. He gets lit tonight. Santa gets lit tonight. It's a beautiful little countdown. You know, draws a huge ass crowd too.
Does someone sing? I feel like
I'm
usually
sure they
some
do.
people sing.
I feel like they try to start a song, start some caroling, like Zoe Deschanel and Elf.
And then so after the giant Santa, there's
The crowd migrates
It's a like
A
kind
mass
of a
migration.
riot migration
Yes.
across the town
through the streets
from the Santa to the wreath. There's the wreath that they light
on
up.
the. Is it still? It's not still
It's
the
not
One
called
Summit.
One Summit Square
It's
anymore.
the Indiana Michigan Power Building.
Is that
correct?
I think so. That's the name
I
on the
think that's
top
her
of it.
name.
Yeah, something like that.
And gorgeous wreath, and like both of these light fixtures are, you know, very vintage. They're quite the staple in
Yeah.
our city, you know, essential to the holidays, I would say, you know.
Because they stay up, but maybe even through New Year's.
I believe so.
They take
I
'em
believe
up after,
so.
like January 3rd or 4th.
Sure.
Something like that to just really keep the winter season bright.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep some light downtown. And then there's like a tree. There's a tree that they light up usually. I think that's kind of the culmination.
I think that's
of it.
kind of just, is that the one that's just across from the wreath so people can basically just turn around and
I
you're
don't
at the
know.
tree? Or is it somewhere else?
I think it is because it's on the Sky Bridge.
Sure.
Right? It's
I
the one on
believe
the Sky
so.
Bridge. I don't know. It's been so
I love
many
the
years.
Sky Bridges.
Sky Bridges are great.
What a charming feature of our little town are the Sky Bridges.
Glad we got some functional Sky Bridges.
Right?
Yeah.
The one from the Grand Wayne Center to the embassy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
comes in very handy.
for real. The way we stomped through that Sky Bridge on our way to graduate high school. Absolutely demolished those carpeted floors.
Yeah, for real.
With my flats. With my ballet flats.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
So yeah, the energy in Fort Wayne this evening, it's ripe.
It's palpable. You can taste it in the air. Speaking of tasting, let's give a shout out to our official sponsor of the show, Indiana Tea. Juli, what are you drinking over there?
I'm drinking a cold brewed black tea titled Get Off My Ceylon! Ceylon cinnamon. You gotta get on that Ceylon train. It's been too long without you on the train, quite honestly.
Oh, it is Ceylon cinnamon, isn't it? It's is it a cinnamony tea?
Wait, black Ceylon tea.
I think Ceylon is like the type of tea.
Well, I'm also
I don't think there's any cinnamon
related to that. Ceylon cinnamon. Get on it, folks.
Really good.
Step it up. But yeah, this is my go-to tea that I get from the health food shop.
Because is that one just like a little sweet? Is there any sugar in that one?
Any sugar
added? No way.
I take my tea pretty straight, honestly.
Awesome.
You know.
I'm having the Smooth Criminal, and this one, yeah, I love the ingredients. Purified water.
Right.
Green tea.
Right.
End of list.
End of story.
And it's like so good. I remember, so Tom comes in to deliver his.
We love Tom.
His
Saw him
wares to the health food
yesterday.
shop. And I remember when he was just starting out, because he used to do kombucha, and then they they sold the kombucha company and switched to doing tea. And he said he told me this when they released, I think it was the Ceylon, because that was the second flavor that they did. And he said that they worked for a while on getting the brewing method right so that it would taste really good.
And boy, does it.
It does. It's so good.
The Ceylon is just so smooth and refreshing. It was my, perfect summertime drink this summer. It was my go-to.
Here's a crazy idea.
What?
Warm it up.
I've never even thought of that.
Me
man.
neither. This is the first time that thought has entered my mind.
You're crazy.
The hot green tea.
I mean, I can't fathom it.
Right?
I can't fathom it.
Right?
We need to. I'm sorry.
I think we need to take a break and collect
scared.
ourselves for a moment.
I'm scared. That's crazy.
Wow.
I think I'll stick with it as is for now.
Yeah, I don't want to cross any boundaries.
But maybe if we're feeling super crazy, we've got an extra one in the fridge, then maybe we can go for it.
We're celebrating the ball dropping at New Year. Maybe we heat up a cup of green tea.
But for now, we need the purity.
I think that's true. Yeah. Wow.
Clean.
Shout out to Indiana Tea, that beverage company.
We love it.
So good, so good. I think they were at the farmers markets over the summer.
Yeah, Tom rolled up with that cool van or that truck.
It's a truck.
A trailer thing.
He told me the truck was made in Fort Wayne back in the day. There used to be.
Of course it was.
I mean, there's still the GMC factory, the plant.
Yeah, sure.
GMC?
Or GM.
GM. It's GM. GMC. No, it's GNC.
Whatever.
That sells vitamins in the mall.
It's okay. You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Cars, man. Clearly my weak point in my knowledge base.
You're doing great. Let's keep going.
Yeah, we just got to keep on chucking on. So, what's good lately, Juli? What have you been getting into? What's been hot this summer?
This
for you?
summer.
Let me.
Are we going? Are we going to the summer? It is end of November at this point.
End of November. I mean, I still feel like we're kind of wrapping up.
The summer?
I mean, the year. Summer's part of the year, so.
Summer is part of the year.
I don't know. I'm just starting conversation, man.
I know. I'm trying to think back to summer, though, because we are deep in fall, man.
Yeah, we
summer,
are deep in fall.
We all know all of us know this is common knowledge. It was the summer of the final tour of Dead and Company, which took up most of our time and energy for a while there.
And money.
And money. Ooh, doggy.
Oof. I'm still filling my pocketbook back up after that. So worth it. No regrets.
Yeah, but we took a hit there for a second. Not gonna lie, folks.
Definitely can't do a whole tour like you did back in the day. We were even doing it on the couch.
Right.
Only one of us had to buy a ticket at a time.
Right. But our wise Uncle
don't
Ben,
need to complain.
Yeah, Uncle Ben said it was a lifetime investment,
Yeah,
and
certain.
that it was.
Certain.
Our shows took place, 3 shows over like 3 weeks, was it, or something? And that glow lasted for months following,
It was
you
good.
know, and I think I said this to you at my soiree the other night, that the trials of life have worn off the glow of summer tour at this point, Like I was kind of surprised. I was like, damn, I'm still really feeling good from this tour for a while there, but it's cold now.
It is. It's
cold.
Chilly season. It's officially chilly season.
Yeah.
And I've scraped ice off of my windshield a couple times now. Just frost.
That was
not
a
ice.
little upsetting. There was one time that I had some, frosty on my windshield, and I couldn't find my scraper, so I did the classic, side of my coat sleeve on my window, I was like, should I get out my debit card, do one of those?
That's my classic move.
No, I was just like, let me take the warmth from my arm and try and melt it off with friction.
Yeah, true sign of fall.
Desperation.
Yeah, my garden is completely dead.
That thing is done.
Should probably do something about that here soon.
Why not?
If no one's in any rush, I'm not in any rush myself. So
I hadn't even thought about it, quite frankly.
Phew. It's
Until
always
right
a relief
now.
to hear that when something that I thought was a concern, no one else has even thought about.
That's often the
such a
case
good-
for a lot of our worries.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it really is.
No one else is thinking about it nearly as much as you were,
So summer glow is wrapped up. We're deep in fall. We're
It
scraping
has.
frost.
We're scraping frost and scraping by, folks.
So what's getting you by this fall?
Oh, man. Well, we know it is Daniel Donato's Cosmic Country. We had, I went to 2 shows
Yeah, you
of
did 2
this
of them.
incredible group that I've gotten into. It was, kind of my intention to fill the Dead and Company shaped hole in my heart by listening to this Daniel Donato kid. And I was like, okay, let's listen to some shows. And, doggy, am I on the train now?
Yeah, he's good.
He's very good. So I was able to hit up Ann Arbor, Michigan show, took my sweet mother to the show, bought her ticket so she could drive me up there in her van.
Nice.
We
That's
had
a fair trade.
It was a very fair trade. Yeah, I laid that out. I was like, whoever wants to drive, I'll buy your ticket. And Mom took that offer. And it was a Wednesday night show.
Rock and roll.
I was dressed like it was summertime. I was dressed like I was going to summer camp. And it was 60 degrees and sprinkling outside the venue.
That's not bad.
It wasn't bad. I got a little shivery, but I think it was because I was so excited,
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in the front row for that show, which was pretty sick.
Nice.
It was one of those shows where I kind of, for a second there, forgot there was a crowd behind me.
Nice.
It was like, oh yeah, there are people here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was a real nice, tight venue. It's always good to check out a new venue. I had never been there before.
What was it? The Blind Pig?
Blind Pig,
that
it was
right?
called. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
nice.
And I was reading up on the venue after I bought my ticket, and I guess the title is a reference to in the days when the venue was a speakeasy.
Oh, cool.
And they would pay off cops to keep them on the down low. And those were the Blind Pigs.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I recently heard that there's a little speakeasy place in Auburn. It's a lady that runs a donut shop. I think it's called or Baker's Dozen. It's called Baker's Dozen. And then there's a small back room that she turned into, like, the fellow who went said it's probably the size of this living room. It's pretty small.
Sure. Wow.
And they named it like Door 13 or something. So it's like Baker's Dozen and Door 13 in the back.
Oh, cute.
And I think it like was at one time a speakeasy, or at the very least that in that same building there was a bakery up until the 80s. And yeah, my friend said that a fella made like really good drinks for him and his wife. It was her birthday, and so they like went out to check a neat place out, and at one point they were the only two people in the bar. And,
Sick.
Just got to chat with the bartender and whatnot. So
nice.
I want to go check out this Door 13
in Auburn.
In Auburn, Indiana.
Mysterious.
Yeah, we should. Maybe you and me should go and then do a report, or maybe not.
Sounds more like your thing than mine. I can be honest with you. I can be honest.
So Daniel Donato's playing good music these days.
Yeah.
Which is really refreshing.
Yeah, and you tagged along with me to the Indianapolis show at the Hi-Fi, which was a venue we had both been to in the past, and it was our knowledge of it.
Very little memory.
Yeah, we struggled finding it, you know, finding parking and then walking and finding the venue. You know, it was, but it was, you know, decent enough venue, I'd say.
It worked out pretty good.
And it was a great fucking show, too.
The giant joint was incredible.
Yeah, someone did pass up gently through the crowd a large joint.
Like one of those foot-long rolling papers.
Yeah.
It was utterly ridiculous.
Yeah, a lifetime's worth of cannabis in that thing. To sweet Daniel up on stage. Sweet Daniel.
Oh, what a nice boy.
He's so nice. So yeah, those shows really got me through there for a second, you know, and God bless the nugs.net app.
Yeah.
Getting to listen to a lot of live shows and stuff, you know, Daniel Donato shows and Dead and Company shows.
Yeah.
Like pretty much everyone they've ever played is up on there, and you know, they have I'm always getting notifications for these free live streams they're doing, you know, like J-Rad, Joe Russo's Almost Dead. They're always doing free live streams, or like for subscribers, you know. Goose. Honk honk.
Goose all the time. They got Goose.
They always got Goose, you
always
know.
Goosing it
frequent Billy Strings, also known as William String Cheese. Got a frequent stream of his up there, so you know, just keeping the tunes flowing. You gotta.
Food and music. That's really.
Yeah.
I was talking to Judith today, after we wrapped up our bookkeeping work, and just like talking about how shit's crazy out there right now. And I was like, you know, like the two, I was talking about staying in my lane. This is something that you
Andy Samberg.
Yeah, you transferred that concept to me, and I was like, you know, staying in my lane. Like, really, the two things I could maybe weigh in on are food and music. And other than that, like, really, I can't proffer up much assistance or advice. Like, I don't know too much, but like, you know, those two things, food and music, are pretty good. I find them to be two good things to focus on. So actually, this was something I was thinking about asking you. What's been your hot food lately? You been eating anything good? Do you got a good seasonal food this fall? A fall favorite dish as we go into Thanksgiving tomorrow? Maybe even a favorite Thanksgiving dish, if we want to kind of narrow it down.
Yeah, that'll be a little easier. You know, I'm just I'm really struggling to put together a meal these days. You know, not gonna lie, I'm not much of a cook, you know. So the grab and go at the health food shop has really been doing it for me, popping a roasted chicken into my air fryer, you know. I had some Master's Hand barbecue sauce with it yesterday, and it was spicy.
That's smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet that was good.
It was.
They make such good barbecue sauce.
It was
dude.
delicious.
It's so tasty. It's like one of the best barbecue sauces I've ever had.
Uh-huh.
And shout out to their meat sticks.
We love their meat sticks.
Those got us through tour.
Those
got us to and from those shows many times. Many times
Beef
over.
Sticks,
Beef sticks,
cookies,
Uh-huh.
roars, just water.
True. That's how we got to rock and roll.
Electrolytes.
So, favorite Thanksgiving food? What are you looking forward to tomorrow, Hooli?
Oh man, I mean, I'm always thinking about that stuffing.
Really?
Yeah, I
You're
was.
on the stuffing? You like the stuffing?
I love the stuffing, man. I love it. I just have really grown to appreciate the combination of the foods, you know. I need the full plate. Yeah. I need the ratio, you know, like I need to have just one bite and go clockwise around my plate, you know. I need all of it.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to those Amish potatoes. So we've still got some of those, right?
Yes,
I want to mash those.
Yeah,
I want to
absolutely.
mash those bitches tomorrow.
Oh, we're gonna mash
We're gonna
those
mash
bitches.
them real good.
Yeah.
Because there was something, I forget what it was we used them for. It was an egg casserole, like a frittata type deal.
We love an egg pie.
And they were so buttery and tender,
right?
And just straight up russet potatoes. And they had flavor.
I thought they were yellow potatoes.
They look like russets to me.
Well, I've been fooled.
I've been fooled before too. So,
okay.
You know, sometimes I know about food.
Whatever the details are on these potatoes, we love them and we want more.
All I know is they're Amish and they sell them in large quantities.
Yeah,
so we got them for
50
free.
pounds at the very least is what you're allowed to get. That's your allotment.
You must haul.
Yes.
They won't come to you. You got to come take them away. That's part of the deal.
Yeah.
That's going to be good.
And, you know, people at work have been asking me, you know, who makes our meal and stuff, and I'm like, you know, me and my brother, we've got a good system going these past few years with Thanksgiving, you know. We kind of just have the same old menu that we've stuck to for a while now, and boy oh boy, it just gets better and better. I'm not sick of this shit.
Yeah.
And I always tell myself that I'm going to do a spring Thanksgiving, you know, because I'm like, I'm going to miss this food so much. I'm going to want it again. But, you know,
we never end up doing that.
The months are just flying by, my friend. And it's like Thanksgiving comes back around before you know it, you know. And it's kind of how I think I need to give myself 2 to 5 years before I watch Dead Poets Society again, because I know it too well now. I've seen it too many times. I've watched it annually for several years now. It's one of my fall films, you know, and my last viewing, I'm like, I'm too familiar with this. I need to forget. So I'm giving it 2 to 5 at least.
Yeah, 2 to 5 years.
2 to 5,
till another good viewing. I think that's smart.
Yeah, I think so.
That's probably wise.
It's going to be hard, not going to lie.
Yeah.
I need to put the DVD in a drawer. I need to get it out of my sight because it's just sitting out right by the Titanic DVD.
Nope.
Got the 2 favorites right next to each other,
Nah,
staying cozy.
Not a good place for it. You gotta put it away in your closet, away in the back of a drawer.
Suppress it.
You'll know it's there. You're not gonna forget.
Oh, I'll know. I'll know. I should bury it like a time capsule.
Put it in the backyard.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. What would you put in a time capsule from this year?
From this year of our Lord 2023.
Yeah. Let's say you're putting a 100-year time capsule down in the ground for 3-4 generations from now. What's going in your time capsule?
Wait,
3 items. You
how
get 3
long
items.
is it in there?
100 years.
100
So,
years?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So you got to think what's important.
Ridiculous.
What are you sending to posterity?
What?
Yeah, are you putting Dead Poet Society in your 100-year time capsule?
No. They'll still be well aware of that film in 100 years. They will still be teaching it in schools.
Uh-huh.
I tell you what, they won't need me to tell them about
no.
Dead Poets Society, sir. So, no, I will not be putting my copy of Dead Poets Society in the 100-year time capsule. That is just, that's such a great question.
Right.
I'm stumped. my guy, I am stumped. You've got me. Oh boy. What would you put in the time capsule? Riddle me that.
I mean, with the internet, that is a much less interesting question.
Exactly.
Now.
There's so much access to art,
like anything,
which
art
is
and
a good
based.
thing.
Yeah, they're still gonna have. Like,
unless we're always worried about the technology being wiped out, man.
That's right.
What if that Dead Poets Society DVD is then all they have left of it,
Solar flare hits the day after the capsule goes in the ground.
The day after.
And they don't think to dig it back up until 100 years later.
They're like, we're going to respect the 100 years. We're going to respect it. Universal law, all time capsules are respected.
Must be
respected.
Oh, jeez.
What would you put in the time capsule? Enlighten me. Not so easy now, is it?
It's not. That's a real stumper.
It really is, What do you want to leave behind of you with no context for, folks that will never know you? Or, who knows who's going to open it,
I think I'd put $20.
$20?
I'd put three $20 bills. So they open it up and they're like
$60?
If there's more than three, if there's only three of them, it's going to be like, oh, sweet, $20.
And like inflation is absolutely off the wall at that point. They're like, this is like essentially like $2.50. They're like cheap ass.
They're able to go buy themselves a Coca-Cola.
Not even that. Wow. I mean,
that's about the best I can come up with.
It's a little sad,
isn't it? The internet has ruined everything, man. Like, baseball cards.
What happened to baseball cards?
Am I gonna put a Babe Ruth baseball card in there? Like,
no, you gotta put your NFT in there now, bro.
I'm gonna put a flash drive. All my Bitcoin in there.
They'll love it.
Whoever digs it up will be rich.
They'll love it.
Oh, jeez. Thanksgiving, man. It's going to be a good one.
I'm going to wake up early for the parade.
Macy's Thanksgiving
Day
Parade.
I love the parade. I'm excited to see the Broadway performances.
What shows do you think are going to perform?
Well, I know the revival of Spamalot will be performing. I'm excited for them.
Really?
That's honestly really the only one I've really heard about. I don't really keep up on, musical theater the way I used to, I used to know all of them. But now this is a good time, I feel more like a normal person, where this is where a lot of people, like, this is their only way of seeing what's playing in New York, on the Broadway stages, and these little snippets they get in the parades. So it's always fun to see the sampling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I love just seeing them lip sync their little hearts out,
It's so funny.
It's so funny.
They do a good job. I think most of them do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Of the lip syncing.
And like, we couldn't possibly make them sing out there. That's inhumane. It's already inhumane.
Yeah, I know how cold it is.
Yeah.
Although it's a pretty warm fall this year. I don't know how the weather is up there in New York City.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? You never know. That place is crazy.
It really is. It's been a while since I've been there now. I think that's okay.
Yeah, you don't need to go there all too much. It seems like a real hassle these days.
That's definitely the thing, and I'm not
travel there at least.
I'm not really into hassles anymore.
Right. Like post-pandemic, I just want life to be
I'm in-
smooth sailing. I've been saying, like, right now I'm real content with just coasting.
Convenience.
Like to just not be going downhill
Uh-huh.
is like real fine with me. Like, I mean, it's nice to be like moving up and like on the upward swing, but like
We don't
it's
always
not
need to be
sustainable
striving,
to be
you know?
moving it, progressing to something like.
And everything is
Can't-
so damn exhausting.
Yeah, can't I just put on an album and like cook some food,
That's
like
all
make
I
some
do.
tacos? That sounds nice.
Except I
Uh-huh.
don't make tacos or cook food, really. I just put on an
You
album.
just put on an album.
And pop my roasted chicken into the air fryer.
Bust out the Master's Hand
Yeah,
barbecue.
yeah. Put on Reflector by Daniel Donato.
You got any good winter movie recommendations for the people, Hooli?
Oh, shoot, do I? I mean, Titanic, always.
Always a good one.
Iceberg,
Always a good
cold.
one.
Hello.
It's very cold.
It's very cold. It makes you cold to watch it. So,
Mm-hmm.
we're already getting cozy.
Mm-hmm.
Cozy up, watch Titanic,
People wearing coats,
Exactly.
top
Yeah.
hats.
Yeah. Titanic,
Jack.
always in the same
Rose.
vein. You got it, man.
That one, right?
Yeah, that one.
James Cameron's blockbuster smash hit.
Exactly. And speaking
Fantastic.
of our guy, James Cameron, also
Jibby.
Avatar and Avatar The Way of Water are in fact Christmas movies.
Mm-hmm.
Just absolutely gorgeous works of film. I am due for a rewatch of The Way of Water. I did watch the first Avatar. The last time I watched it all the way through was when I had COVID in August. So that was rather recent. But I'm definitely due for a rewatch of the sequel.
Yeah.
If you wanted to join me.
Dose.
If you want to join me,
Perhaps.
Alex,
Maybe we can do that this weekend.
That sounds awesome.
This holiday weekend.
That sounds sick, quite frankly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I always recommend James Cameron films.
Anything good in theaters right now? Have you been keeping up with that?
I am so behind on movies
really?
in theaters right now. It's just been such a busy time lately, Today's usually the day I would go to the movies, I get out of work a little earlier on Wednesdays, so I like to go to a matinee at the Regal Cinemas, Stadium 14. But yeah, I'm behind on movies. I did just watch 2 nights ago a new release on Peacock. It's Please Don't Destroy the Treasure of Foggy Mountain. I believe Please Don't Destroy from Saturday Night Live.
Oh yeah,
They're those
They're doing like the
rather
digital
new,
shorts.
yeah,
now, or
trio.
the skits,
Yeah, doing
pre-filmed skits.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. So they have this film that they made and starred in on Peacock.
Oh, cool.
Watched it with my mom, as you do. And we loved it, laughed my ass off, I gave it 3 stars.
Nice.
I got a
cool.
good laugh. What more can I ask for? A lot of the times I really am just looking for a movie that will make me laugh my ass off, and that did it, Another movie I watched recently that made me laugh my ass off was Tropic Thunder.
Ooh,
That's
so
a
good.
really good movie to revisit. I think everyone
Maybe we should put that on later tonight.
That's
at this point, it's a good like background
it
movie.
really
I think.
is, yeah. But I was glad to have that sit down and watch it for the.
Yes.
I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I think that might have been my first time watching it all the way through.
Really?
Yeah, because I know I had seen snippets of it, but I was still a little young to get it. But I knew you were into it.
Yeah,
you know. But
I think it came out in like 2008.
Something like
2007
that.
or 2008, 2009. I was in like late middle school or like early high school. I remember
Right,
watching
yeah.
it in high school a lot, and like me and my friends being like, "This is fucking awesome."
For real, for real. Yeah, I think it's held up pretty well. I mean, Ben Stiller, one of my favorite Nepo babies, son of beloved character actor Jerry Stiller. May he rest in peace.
Shout out to Jerry.
Yeah, so I'm really just I've been watching a lot of stuff just on streaming, been trying to watch some like older movies too. I recently watched Alien and its sequel Aliens. The original directed by Ridley Scott, the sequel directed by our guy Jimmy,
No
James
way.
Cameron.
Wow.
And the thing is, like, I loved the first one. I thought it was fantastic. I was pretty into it. But the second one, it's like, okay, this is taking a movie I already liked and making it by James Cameron. It's like, I wish this could happen to all movies I like. Like, I could just get a version of it directed by James Cameron. Yeah, that would solve all my problems.
Jeez.
I was so into it. Like,
man.
It really... I feel like I can say this about so many movies. It was basically Avatar, you know? He just knows how to pack an emotional punch, you know? He really has his formula, not gonna lie. That's the oldest James Cameron film I've seen.
Aliens.
That's the sequel. Yeah, get it? Because there's more than one.
Yeah.
In the second one, which is
can...
plural.
Got it.
In the first one, there was just the one alien, you know.
Are those like the ones that came out in the 90s or something?
In the 80s.
In the 80s, like when people talk about like the alien movies. Is that the one, like, were they pretty popular?
Yeah, like, and Sigourney Weaver starred in them.
Yeah.
And you see, you would recognize the lines in them from Paul.
Oh,
when she was in Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because she was, like, referencing her own performance in those films.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Another great movie, Paul.
Paul?
I was, like, just this morning.
We love Paul, Seth Rogen.
I said out loud to myself the line, just because your truth isn't a true truth doesn't mean there is no truth, Ruth. It's like, that's easy for you to say. It's really not.
That is a good
Simon
one.
Pegg and
Nick Frost. Yeah.
So those guys are great.
I remember when we saw Paul in theaters, our Aunt Selena was taking us to the movies, and we were deciding between Rango and Paul. And I think it was like for my birthday or something, and so I was given the choice.
Nice.
And I chose Paul.
Nice. Good call.
I know, right?
Good call on Paul.
Yeah. I mean, Rango's good and all, but...
I think Paul was the right choice.
Yeah.
Go with the alien.
Yeah. Love that
with,
little stoner alien.
With British humans on holiday.
Yeah. So I'm just there's so many movies out there, and I will never watch them all. Mm-hmm. But boy, I will try to, you know. Something that was really fun that I recently did was go to the cinema center downtown.
Yeah.
And they were showing Twilight for its 15th anniversary.
That's right.
It was a 2 p.m. matinee. The day after the Daniel Donato show in Indy. I had gotten to bed about 7:30 in the morning. And then I was like, I gotta set my alarm. I gotta be up for the Twilight matinee. God. Yeah, and it was me in like the third to last row, and then 3 people in the very front row, and that was all for the matinee. It was sick. I had myself cracking up there for a second because I can like speak along with the script, you know. I entertained myself.
How many times do you think you've watched Twilight?
I mean, it's one of those that I've...
Hundreds. You probably haven't passed 100 views.
I mean, I've put it on casually so many times. This is the thing. Like, I'm a person, I've been like this for many years now, even in our childhood where I fall asleep to a movie, you know? So, like, I've seen the beginning of so many movies, like, over and over again, but, like, that doesn't mean I've seen the end nearly as many times, you know?
The end is much less familiar to you.
Yeah, and, you know, Twilight's about the vibes, you know? So it's a great movie to put on to fall asleep to. So I have seen the beginning much more than I've seen the end. But I don't think I've cracked 100. I've watched it a lot of times, but not that many times. If there's any movie I've cracked 100 on, it's How to Train Your Dragon.
That's true. You watched that an unhealthy amount of times that one summer.
That was concerning.
It was.
It was concerning for all of us.
That should never happen again.
No, it won't. It won't. It won't. It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
Give some album recommendations to wrap this up, Hooli.
Oh, shoot. I mean, Daniel Donato, Reflector, just came out. 15 original tracks by him and his band. Chef's Kiss, 10 out of 10, no notes. Shoot. I mean, am I allowed to pull up my Spotify?
Sure, go for it.
Let's see. Always 'Tis the Season, A Charlie Brown Christmas, Vince Guaraldi trio, you got to be listening to it. Dogs in a Pile, not your average beagle.
Dogs in a Pile.
That album's really doing it for me.
Dogs in a Pile are good.
Front to back,
There was a song of theirs I put in the last episode in the Massive Air. That's a good track. Yeah, check them out. Dogs in a Pile rock.
Yeah,
and check out Daniel Donato, Cosmic Country. Jump on the Cosmic Country train, people.
Yeah,
it's a good ride.
Can I give one more?
Go for it. Yeah.
Joy All, Jenny Lewis has really been doing it for me this fall.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who's that? Jenny Lewis.
Jenny Lewis. She was in, what's the group? Rilo Kiley.
Okay.
Do you know them?
Uh-uh.
I feel like one of the dudes who was in that band I feel like one of them went to the Postal Service, and then one of them went to Death Cab for Cutie, if I'm not mistaken.
It was probably he went to the Postal Service, because the guy from Death Cab for Cutie joined into the Postal Service.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking.
And the thing with the Postal Service was it was like two guys that did it, and they like sent their tapes back and forth through the mail to each other, and like one would work on them and then they'd send it to the other guy and he'd work on it and then send it back, and so they called their group the Postal Service.
Okay, cool.
So he probably went to the Postal Service,
something like that. But yeah, Jenny Lewis was in that group.
Okay.
Rilo Kiley.
Okay.
And then I saw her open for Harry Styles at Madison Square Garden in October of 2021. That was super sick. But yeah, this is her most recent album that came out in like September, I think. It's just, a good half-hour album. Really hits the spot, real cozy. She's a real clever songwriter, got a real twang to her also, so really fits in with the cosmic country I'm feeling these days.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
So yeah.
Those
are my recommendations.
I'll put links to those in the show notes.
Absolutely.
Because that's all really good shit. Well, Hooli, thanks for being on the show. This is a really good time.
I'll be back.
We'll have you back sometime. Yeah, for sure. Playing you out, Hooli, what's this track?
We're spinning Hard to Tell. Danny D.
Woo!
Keep
Danny
it cosmic.
Keep it cosmic. Until next time, everybody, take care of yourselves. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Smooches.
Smooches and love.
She never truly let her guard down for me. She plays it blind through eyes I've never seen. And even still I'm waiting around